Hey, it's me. I'm sorry I have been away, and it's been a long time since my first video. There's been a lot going on, and it's kind of too much for one video. So I'm going to try to explain this really shortly, and then I'm going to follow up with some more detailed information. The issue with the job, I didn't explain very well. I got laid off in September, and I'm basically just a content person, so I write and edit content. So it's a job that a lot of people would say anybody can do. I would argue with that, but at any rate, there are several jobs out there, but there are even more people vying for those jobs. With me being of an age, that kind of puts me at a disadvantage. Say what you will, the law is clear, but just try getting somebody for age discrimination. It's not going to work. Anyway, the second thing is the politics. Politics kind of sounds innocent. It's not really politics. It's the action behind the politics that's scaring me. The current administration is pretty much going through the populace, not just of the country, but of the world, and acting like a bully. It's embarrassing. I'm ashamed to even call myself an American. Unfortunately, my accent is going to be the teller when I go overseas, so I hope people don't hate me. The third issue that's going on is I said roommate last time, I think. It's kind of more than a roommate. It's a domestic partnership that has kind of fallen apart. It's taken years. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail. You'll learn more about that later. It has gotten really full of friction, and let's just say that I felt that I needed to get a lawyer, and I have an appointment with them tomorrow. Domestic partnerships are treated differently state by state, but here in North Carolina, it's kind of a formality in words. There's really not a lot behind it. But my future former partner is giving me some grief on his entitlement to what he calls shared property. I don't want to go into this real quick. I don't want to go into this any deeper. I'll end up taking 20 minutes trying to explain it. But anyway, those are the kind of three things that are going on. There's also a lot in the background, the complications with moving to Montenegro. I'm having to rethink that. So I'm also considering other countries at this point, because Montenegro's, I believe it was published in the Gazette a day or so ago, that the law on foreigners is now in force, and the property value that is required to gain temporary residency is 200,000 euros. That's more than I can afford right now. So I may have to take a different path to residency in Montenegro, or I need to go to another country and figure out what to do there. Serbia is one area that I'm checking out, since Montenegro and Serbia are pretty close together. I'm going to check those out during my trip in February. And I've got a few other countries in mind. Albania, Georgia. Don't go into too much with Georgia. It's a bit close to Ukraine. However, it's got some really lax, I don't want to say lax, that's terrible, really friendly entry requirements. So that's also a consideration. A friend of mine also suggested Portugal. Portugal's a bit on the warm side for me, but push comes to shove, that's probably, you know, the last ditch, the Hail Mary, to get out of this country. And there's so much anxiety going on behind all of this. There are complications on top of complications. So the complications have complications, and it's getting really hard to navigate. So I will do my best to keep you updated. I'm going to record a few videos over the coming days to kind of explain each part that's going on in a little more detail. I'm happy to answer any questions. Just put them in the comments below. We'll talk soon, okay? Promise. Bye.